A very good afternoon to you. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I am Olusegun Fawale. The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission has hinted at a possible salary increment for President Bola Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima, senators and ministers. The RMAFC chairman Mohammed Shehu disclosed this while addressing newsmen in Abuja, stating that their current salary was not tenable and unrealistic. Shehu said the current salary structure had been unchanged since 2008 despite a hike in responsibilities and economic challenges. The federal government has disbursed nearly 50 billion naira directly to primary health centers, PHC, across the country through the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, announced this in a post on his official X handle. Pate added that the administration of President Bola Tinubu has also released over 20 billion naira for the rehabilitation and upgrade of 4,362 PHCs across the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has ordered Nigerian public universities to finalize their 2025 admission processes by October 31st, 2025. According to a schedule by the board, all private universities are also required to complete admissions by November 30th, 2025, while all tertiary institutions in Nigeria, private or public, have until year's end. JAMB said that the directives are in line with the schedule approved during the 2025 policy meeting chaired by the Minister of Education. The Admission Board said the decision aims to stabilize the academic calendar and ensure equitable access to admission slots across all tertiary institutions. Governments across the Southwest have declared Wednesday, 20th August 2025, a work-free day for public servants. This is in commemoration of this year's Isheshe Festival, a day set aside to celebrate Yoruba culture, spirituality, and indigenous traditions. Isheshe Day, now officially recognized in several Southwest states, has become an annual symbol of Yoruba culture, pride, and inclusivity, with growing calls for wider adoption across Nigeria. A wave of celebration swept through the city of Ibadan as the Olubadan designate returns. Our correspondent, Richard Ashaolu, has the report.
Family and friends of the elected Olubadan of Ibadan land, His Imperial Majesty Oba Adewolu Ladoja, gathered to welcome the new monarch. Ladoja, while addressing a mammoth crowd, assured the people of Ibadan that plans are underway for his official coronation. Expressing gratitude for the warm reception and outpouring of support from indigenes and well-wishers, he called on the people of Ibadan to continue to remember him in their prayers as they prepare to ascend the throne formally.
Very soon, we shall announce the coronation date. Now that I have arrived, I will meet with all the necessary kingmakers and Ibadan stakeholders to discuss on how to take the necessary steps.
Reflecting on his past contribution to the growth and development of Ibadan, some community leaders expressed confidence that Ladoja's reign would usher in a new era of progress and unity in the city and Oyo State at large.
We have been expecting him. We all know that, one, by virtue of his position in the city, in Oyo State and in Nigeria, that Ibadan is going to benefit from his wealth of experience, from his network.
He's a lover of people, and I believe in him in so many ways. In terms of development of Ibadan land, even Yoruba land.
A successful businessman, he's a chemical engineer. He worked to the apex position at Total Oil Unlimited, and then he's a farmer.
Firstly, he's a philanthropist. He's a person that loves people and loves Ibadan.
As anticipation builds ahead of Ladoja official coronation, Ibadan residents are hopeful that the elected Olubadan will continue to uphold the values of service, inclusiveness, and tradition that define the royal institution. Richard Ashaolu for Dominion News.
The Yoruba people have over the years been characterized as a set of people with the richest tradition and culture. Our correspondent, Sheifumi Akinsanya, has the report.
One of the instruments of celebration in Yoruba land is the kakaki. This set of people form the basis of celebration, most especially in the monarchical setting. In Ibadan, the Olubadan uses the kakaki as a royal insignia. Mogaji Iliolosa in Ibadan, Abiodun Adeyemo, said having a kakaki in Ibadan is part of Yoruba culture, adding that it is essential for kings to have theirs.
Kakaki are the drummers, the wakers that every morning, they will be the one that they will first of all wake up the KBCs. And in the evening, they are the one that is going to say, KBC is no more welcoming visitors. And, when they are performing their duty, it has meaning. It's not good for a king not to have a kakaki.
Meanwhile, a kakaki in Ibadan, Taiwo Peter, stated their importance to kings, stressing that after the demise of a king, before transitioning to another, certain things are required to be put in place.
The kakaki is one that let all Yoruba know that the type of person or visitor that he has. So when he hear the sound of kakaki, so the name of the person will be sound with it. So if Kabes want to see that person, you tell them, that person, I want to see him. If they don't want to see him, let's say I'm not around. So we are like a parrot. When the one king is late, already moving to the another king's palace. So and we have the tradition or whatever. So we cannot move immediately that the one is late.
In Ibadan, the Olubadan courts and ceremonies also include the kakaki as parts of the royal display. Sheifumi Akinsanya for Dominion News.
And now to the foreign scene. Sudan's Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has launched a sweeping military reorganization to tighten his grip on the armed forces amid ongoing conflict with the Rapid Support Forces (RSF). A decree issued on August 18 consolidated control of allied armed groups, including former Darfur rebels, tribal militia, Islamist brigades, and civilian defense volunteers, bringing them under former army command. Burhan also made key leadership changes within the military, appointing a new inspector general and air force chief, while retaining General Mohammed Uthman al-Hussein as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The move follows the retirement of senior officers and is seen as an effort to reinforce its control over Central and Eastern Sudan, even as fierce clashes continue in the West. Volodymyr Zelensky and European leaders have held talks with United States President Donald Trump in the White House about ending the war in Ukraine. Zelensky said that the talks with Trump were the best so far. After meeting the European leaders, Trump called Vladimir Putin to discuss a meeting between the Russian and Ukrainian leaders. He also said that leaders are continuing with the coordination, with discussions ongoing, adding that they are preparing the relevant formats. Japan's Defense Minister General Nakatani will hold talks in Turkey on defense industry cooperation, including the possible supply of Turkish-made drones as Tokyo expands the role of unmanned systems in its armed forces. Nakatani is the first Japanese defense minister to make such an official trip to Turkey, a NATO member country that is keen to expand its economic and other ties beyond Europe and the Middle East. General and Turkey's Defense Minister Yasar Gula are expected to discuss ways to expand cooperation on defense equipment and technology and exchange views on regional development. They also aim to increase contact between the Turkish armed forces and Japan's self-defense forces at the unit level. And now talking sport. RB Leipzig star Xavi Simons is all set to complete a summer transfer move to Chelsea after his side's Bundesliga opener against Bayern Munich. According to Florian Plettenberg, the plan is for Simons to start for RB Leipzig against Bayern in the Bundesliga, after which his move to the Blues is set to be completed. The chances of Chelsea securing the Dutchman's signature remain very high. The 22-year-old is only waiting for an official offer and for Chelsea to reach a transfer deal with RB Leipzig for him to make the switch. You can follow us across our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at Dominion Cast. And that ends the news updates on Dominion Television. I am Olusegun Fawale. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.